Hi there. You may have noticed that the video that I posted last night, it has since disappeared. I wanted to give you an idea what happened with that and kind of explain my decision. So that video went up yesterday evening. It was supposed to be today's video. I just posted it a little bit earlier than I had originally intended. And within 13 hours, it was removed by YouTube due to complaints that it was harassing and bullying. This happened overnight. When I woke up this morning, I put in the appeal, and the appeal was overturned within 45 minutes. So, I went to check to make sure I did it correctly, and the video was already back up. At that point, I made the decision to take it down. There is no copyright, there is no strike. It's not copyright, it's community guideline strike. There is no community guideline strike against my channel. The report was deemed false and the appeal was successful. I took the video down anyway. At this point, I would rather take it down, rework it a little bit, and kind of make it even better rather than just put it up just to say that, I won a little battle. It's like winning the battle versus winning the war. So it was my decision to take it down, and I do find it very suspect that it was taken down so quickly, considering the amount of time it has taken in the past for, say, outright threats from Thomas Markle Jr. to be taken down. The only thing that I can figure is that because there are some shadies, that's the term I am using to describe the Markle fans that are the equivalent of sugars, but for the Markle family. There are shadies in my membership because they have indicated in the past that they know the videos before they even post to the general public. So that means they must be members watching the member versions. So they undoubtedly knew that this video was going to be published. They did not know when, obviously, but as soon as they could, they did the strike on it, and it was unsuccessful, and they lost. But it goes to show there's more going on than meets the eye, because videos with actual threats, it takes longer than 13 hours to get them removed. And they couldn't put the strike on the member version because it's kept private. It's private to members only. So they can't attack that one. So I've left it there. I'm going to leave the member one up. And as for the video that was posted to the public, it'll go back up. I want to rework it and make it work better for me. But I just wanted you to know that there was nothing done wrong on my side and the appeal was overturned. So it just they prove my point more and more the more they try and fight things, because here these people supposedly claim that they should have free speech to say whatever they want, but they don't want anyone else to have free speech. They don't want threats, but they have no problem threatening people. So it's a pot calling the kettle black, and I would rather take the video down and do what I really wanted to do with it and make it a bit more complete. So that's just to let you know what's going on. But since that video did get taken down, I kind of felt bad that there was no video for today. And so I put together something. I mean, this isn't, a huge thing. This isn't necessarily groundbreaking, earth shattering. I just felt bad and wanted to give something. And so I found an interesting article concerning Ashley Hansen. And it's very interesting to me with all the bullying stuff that's going on. I don't know. Something is shady here. Is this a payoff, or is she escaping just like other members of the Sussex Survivors Club? Is she making her escape also? So I wanted to go over that article and let me know what you think. Meghan Markle's friend is launching a new business, and the Sussexes are the first clients. Ashley Hansen, the couple's current head of communications, is starting her own firm, Three Gates Strategies, and continuing her work with Harry and Meghan. Now, Ashley Hansen is the one that you see all the time, kind of walking along beside wherever Megan is. The one that pushed her off the carpet when at the one event, the women's event or whatever it was, when Megan was wearing that well, I was about to say wearing that beige dress, which pretty much is every time, but you know what I mean. When she was pushed off the red carpet, Ashley Hansen was the one doing the pushing. I wanted you to see the picture that goes with this article. I mean, why is the picture of Harry and Meghan bigger than the picture of the person who the article is actually about? I mean, this is about Ashley, who's the one on the left, but is it because she doesn't have enough weight to her name, and so they have to put up Harry and Meghan there? But they're already in the headline, so it shouldn't have anything to do with the name. So why is Megan there? Well, because Megan has to be anywhere. And if she didn't include Megan, then Megan would have freaked out probably, allegedly, in my opinion. Now, this is pretty rich. For the last 4 years, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been growing a US based staff to help them establish a legacy in charity and business under their own names. How are they establishing this group when all the people are leaving? I mean, it's crazy. Ashley Hansen, the couple's current head of communications, has worked with the couple for over 2 years, still not that long, helping to steer the ship through major moments like the release of the net flop docuseries Harry and Meghan and Harry's blockbuster memoir Spare. Now, Hansen is branching out by starting her own communications firm called Three Gates Strategies, and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be her first clients. Now, this really is all sorts of shady. We are so proud of Ashley, especially as a female entrepreneur, the Duchess told Vanity Fair in a statement on behalf of the couple. We look forward to having her focused expertise on our business and creative projects and her continued oversight of our communications team. My husband and I are excited to be alongside Ashley as she builds something extraordinarily special with her firm. All very interesting, don't you think, people? Though Hansen will be taking on more accounts as her company grows, she plans to continue her work with Meghan and Harry and their communications team across their Archwell Foundation, business endeavors, and media projects. Hansen will work with other high profile clients in entertainment, tech, and finance, and will remain based in Los Angeles. Three Gate draws its name from a proverb often attributed to Rumi, which posits that a person should let their words pass through three gates before speaking. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? I can't even say that with a straight face, considering that it's in reference to someone who has been working for Megan for 2 years. Hansen said that Meghan helped her brainstorm a name for the company, and remembering their shared affection for the saying, the selection felt like a light bulb moment. The Rumi reference is also an homage to Hansen's Persian heritage, as the poet lived in 13th century Greater Iran. In 2022, Hansen was present when Meghan gave a speech bringing attention to Iran's women life freedom movement, wearing a shirt with its name in Farsi. Like, mm. Since relocating to the US in 2020, Megan has been investing in women owned businesses, and she considers Hansen's new venture part of her growing portfolio. So this is Megan's portfolio, right? Because it's all thanks to Megan. Which also includes accessories brand Sesta Collective, beverage brand Clever, and more, all of which have since been markled. Since April, the Duchess has also been teasing the launch of her own lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, with sneak peeks at its future wares, including gift baskets with jars of strawberry jam. In addition to her work on Archwell's charitable endeavors, Hansen will also work with the Duchess on the business and her other creative projects. Like, where do I even begin? Why is this article, which is about Ashley Henson's new business, more about Megan and what Megan has done? This woman is so awful. Can you imagine being Ashley Hansen? Your dreams are coming true. You've worked very hard. You are getting to that point where you are able to open your own business and do it with all hopes of success and prosperity. And the whole damn article is about Megan? I mean, it boggles the mind how this woman needs to be the center of everything, as though Meghan is the one giving this woman. No, this woman has probably been through hell for the past 2 years, and this was the payoff of, hey, stick with me and there'll be good things. Well, here's the payoff, and it's still all about Meghan. This woman is stunning to me. Hansen told Vanity Fair her new venture will build on the work she has already done to support the couple. Of course, because it's all about the couple. It came about after I was approached by other clients seeking the high quality counsel I have provided to the Sussexes, she said, and the Duke and Duchess's ongoing support and trust in me to execute their vision is testament to the meaningful work relationship we have built. And it's not coincidence that, or it is a coincidence that this is coming out when Meghan's bullying reports are resurfacing. Of course not. This is intended to be a PR piece for Meghan. This might not have ever been heard. We might not have ever heard this if not for the fact that Meghan needed to be out there showing herself supportive of her employees and to kind of disprove the I'm a bully and a terrible demon boss. She's trying to combat that, and Ashley just happens to be the one she's using to do it this time. It's all she does is just use people. Hansen began working with Meghan and Harry in May 2022, following a career in communication that included roles at UTA, Annapurna Pictures, and Universal Filmed Entertainment Group. During her time with the Archwell team, she oversaw communications during a particularly historic and tumultuous time for the couple, including the 2022 death of Queen Elizabeth II and the 2023 coronation of King Charles III. So this historical and tumultuous time is about Meghan and Harry, because the death of Queen Elizabeth was tumultuous for Meghan and Harry. King Charles's coronation was tumultuous for Meghan and Harry. It, it makes me speechless. Like, that's all I can say. Everything has to be about them. Not that this was a difficult time for the UK, that it was a difficult time for the royal family, that it was an exciting time for the UK in terms of the coronation of King Charles. No, it's all put in the perspective of Meghan and Harry because the world revolves around Meghan. Uh, to have even a pinprick's worth of this woman's self-centeredness, I would probably be a much happier person. Yeah, my grandmother always said, bitches are always happy because bitches are willing to bitch until they're happy. And even the name, the three questions: is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Are you kidding me? When was the last time Megan ever considered whether or not her words were kind before she spoke them? The absolute hypocrisy of it and the gaslighting of it. Like trying to convince us that this whole time Megan is the kind, benevolent entrepreneur. It's insane. It's an insane level of delusion. So, and I feel terrible for this poor woman, except for the fact that she has worked so closely with Megan for 2 years, and that makes her suspect, her character suspect to me, because you wouldn't work with that woman that long unless you were pretty questionable yourself. I mean, God bless this woman. I hope she has, a long, successful career. But by putting it out there that this piece out there, it ought to markle her because you're a hypocrite about what you're saying in terms of the three question nonsense. You're a hypocrite because you're out here, you're escaping from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex because she's so miserable, and yet you're out here saying it, allegedly, in my opinion. So that's pretty much all I can say about this article, and it's stunning. I am amazed at the ability to wrap everything into the perspective of how it affects Megan. One other thing that I want to touch on a little bit, not a whole lot, but is this "where is Megan" nonsense. And yeah, I mean, other people have already started saying it, and I'm gonna throw my hat in and say I agree that it is most likely manufactured by Megan. Because have you seen people in the Megxit community putting out this "where is Megan" nonsense? No. And anytime Megan or Harry disappear, it's not like the Sussex Squad ever says anything. They go out of their way to say, oh, it's no big deal. She's allowed to be quiet and do nothing. So I'm certain they're not saying, where is Meghan Markle? So absolutely, I believe that this is a spin that Meghan is pushing. And hey, I'm all for it. If we're asking where is Meghan, can we also ask where are Archie and Lily? I mean, it just seems fair, right? And I would also say, where is Harry? Because we know where he is. What, is he in Africa this week? I mean, right? I think. So he's in Africa this week. Um, and then where will he be? Because I do not believe that he is going back to California. Not one little bit. And we don't know much about how that visa thing played out. All we know is that the records became sealed. So that whole thing, how do we know that part of it wasn't, hey, get your ass out of the country? How do we know the UK government didn't say, get your ass back into our country because we don't want you creating an international incident over your damn visa? I mean, any of those things that's a real possibility. Obviously, another possibility is the Diddy stuff that's going on. Diddy, Diddy, Diddy. Did he do it? Did he join Diddy? I mean, all of that could be a reason for Harry to stay out of the U.S. And not the least of which, maybe things are not great. All's not well in paradise. All good reasons for Harry not to be in the U.S. right now, and it could be any one of them or a combination of all of them. But I do not think he's coming back. And I wonder if someone has said, not important who or what, take it for what it's worth, take it with a grain of salt. Someone said that Harry would not be back in the US until January. And you know what that tells me? That tells me it has something to do with the entries and the visa and how many times he is allowed to enter each time as not an American citizen, each time he comes back to the US, it's considered an entry. And most people are limited in the number of entries per year. If you're here on any sort of a guest, visa, green card, whatever, you're limited in the number of entries you can do. And if he's not back, and it's on a yearly basis. So if he's not coming back until January, then my question is it related to his visa? And no, it could be total fabrication that he's not coming back until January. I know that. And, you can go back in my videos. I've mentioned it along the way there. But just the fact that it's a possibility, if someone is saying that so surely that he won't be back till January, that just screams to me that it could have something to do with the number of entries per year. Prince Harry's frequent alone visits are sparking rumors about Meghan Markle. Harry is enjoying his whirlwind journey across the globe, which has taken him to New York City, the UK, and now South Africa. Although his return to the public front as a humanitarian is changing the story that has followed him since leaving the royal family, some palace observers are nevertheless worried about his solo appearances. I'm sure nobody who observed the palace is worried about it. Maybe a bunch of Meghan Markle fans are worried about it, but nobody else is. I wonder if the squatties are starting to put two and two together and realize that Meghan's reign of terror could be coming to an end, which would mean for them, their gravy train is coming to an end. And if Thomas Markle of it all isn't an indication of how these people react to their gravy train ending, I don't know what is. And things can get pretty funny at this point. Get your popcorn. Though there appears to be much ado about nothing, there have been speculations about their marriage before. Both partners are pursuing individual ventures that align with their inclinations, while also altering their professions. Neither of them had a profession. Their profession for the last 4 years has been faux royal. After his recent engagements in Manhattan, Vanity Fair complimented the Duke of Sussex for becoming a representative of himself and his ideas that reveal a direct point of view now. Formed both by his years in the royal family, the research he's done, yes, because I'm sure Harry has done so much research, and the experience he's had outside of it. So basically everything. I can't even. With the launch of her new lifestyle company, American Riviera Orchard, the Duchess of Sussex is embracing her more tender side. Yeah, right. And this brings up another point I had. And when I put a post saying that Harry's Well Child Award speech, it sounded different. There was a difference in the tone, that perhaps the palace was involved. And people said, no, no, the palace doesn't care. And I don't disagree. I would say that my point was more that that speech did not sound like Meghan's writing. And if it isn't sounding like Meghan's writing, then who is writing it? And doesn't that just automatically bring up that question of, if Meghan's not doing it anymore, is there again a split starting between them? Because normally he would have let her write the speech and moved along his merry way. She's not going to admit that she never should have written a speech ever. He's not going to, argue with her if she says her speeches are just fine. So the two together, I think that's kind of an interesting little situation brewing there. There has been a separation of their work for a while. Besides going back to basics with a formula that served him well as a member of the royal family, Harry is also acknowledging that their star power didn't have the desired effect, as reported by She Knows. Yeah, hell no, it didn't have the desired effect. They didn't make it. They didn't, make it anywhere. If you can make it there, you make it anywhere. Well, they couldn't make it in LA. That's New York. But I don't think they could make it in New York either. But these are just, like I said, this is just kind of a quickly put together video. I did feel bad that the other one had to be taken down, but I still think that they are kind of important little dribs and drabs about Harry and Meghan. Definitely worth investigating. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.
Dancing